Hey, what's up guys? It's Josh back with another video, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Nintendo Switch. So I'm pretty excited about this. I haven't had a new Nintendo console in quite some time, and I'm definitely looking forward to this one as it's got a lot of unique features that I think could very well make this a hit for Nintendo. So let's take a look at what we have here. So I've got the gray version of the Nintendo Switch. They do also have one right now that has the red and blue controllers, but I think that's about the only difference there. So this is the box that it comes in. Pretty small, compact, nothing like the Xbox or the PS4 when it comes to size, and I guess that could be a good thing. Let's see what we have in the box. So we've got our console, as well as the two Joy-Con controllers. We've got some straps. It also comes with an HDMI cable, so that's pretty cool if they throw that in there. You've got the dock for the Switch itself, as well as the Joy-Con grip, which is what you see here on the front, and the AC adapter. The rest of the box just got some pictures. Nothing else as far as any information. So let's dig in and see what's in here. Got the Switch itself, we'll set that to the side. Our two controllers. Nothing else in that piece. We have our health and safety information. Here's our grip for the two Joy-Con controllers, and this is not does not have a battery in it, so it doesn't charge your controllers. You can pick up one of those separately that looks just like this one that actually has a battery built in to charge the controllers, but this one is just a very light plastic grip, but does feel fairly well made, and it'll give you kind of a more traditional layout once you lock those mini controllers into that. Got our HDMI cable. Here's our power adapter. And what's cool about this is that it is USB. It's USB Type-C. So more of a standardized connection for charging. Not sure what the specs are as far as the output, but you should be able to use other USB-C type adapters to charge up the tablet itself when you're on the go. We've got our strap here for the Joy-Con controller. And then we have what I believe is the dock. So all of the hardware itself is actually in the tablet, and the dock, the only thing that this really does is to output the signal from the tablet to your TV. So this will convert that signal to a high definition stream that will connect to your television, as well as obviously charging the tablet itself when it's in that dock position. Got two USB ports here on the side. That's about it for that. We've also got, there's our HDMI out, as well as USB, and a place for the AC adapter to plug in. Let's take a closer look at the controllers. So this is actually my first time experiencing the Switch in its physical form. I've watched some videos, but haven't got to play around with any of it. So I'm experiencing this live with everyone else. Very cool. It's definitely different. It'll take some getting used to, but they do feel really good in the hand as far as the size goes. So feels like a very natural fit. It's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the Switch itself. Okay, here we go. So, we've got Nintendo Switch. We've got a kickstand on the back. Not the sturdiest in the world, but I'm sure it'll get the job done for what its purpose is intended for. On the bottom, we've got our USB Type-C port here. This is what will slot into the dock system. Okay, as well as the port you'll use for charging. And then on the side, you can see the mechanism where the controllers are going to attach here. On the top, we've got our power button as well as our volume rocker. And then on this side, we have our slot for our game cards to go in right there, as well as a headphone jack. Okay. Don't see anything else for us to check out here. Other than, one thing I did forget to mention is under the kickstand, you do have a spot for a micro SD card to go in. So the Nintendo Switch, just a few specs about this. So we've got a 720p display here, as well as this runs an NVIDIA Tegra custom processor. So it's a pretty powerful processor that has been custom made for this device, but similar chipsets are in use for various other devices like the NVIDIA Shield Android device, as well as some tablets and things like that. This also comes with 32 gigabytes of flash storage, which is expandable via that micro SD card slot that I showed earlier. So what I'm going to do is to pause the video, and I'm going to get this set up. I know that there's a day one patch that's available now, and I'm going to get that downloaded, play around with the UI for a few minutes, and I'll come back and give my first impressions, as well as take you guys on a tour of what that looks like. And I've also got the new Zelda game that I'll show you guys as well, so just hang on a second. Alright guys, so I've been playing around with the Nintendo Switch for a few minutes, and I'll give you my first impressions here pretty shortly. One thing that I did want to go over real quickly is just some of the different buttons that are on the controller, so we didn't talk about that earlier. So you do have two analog sticks here. They feel great. They've actually got a rubber coating on them, and they do depress, so very nice. You've got your traditional 4-button layout over here on the left controller, as well as a button for taking screenshots. So I thought that was pretty cool that that's integrated and that they make that very easy. You also have a button here, as well as the trigger for this controller. That's it for that one. And then on the other side, we have our 4-button layout here, as well as our analog stick, and then we have our home button. And you've also got 2 buttons here for selections. And then on top, you've got that same button as well as the trigger. So very easy to get used to. So let's turn the console on. So this is kind of the lock screen, and so you'll see that it does show some news and kind of the latest and greatest of what's going on, as well as instructions here on how to get to the home menu. So you just tap this and then tap it 3 times, or you can hit a button 3 times to get to the home screen. And this is what it looks like. So you'll have all of your different games lined up here in the middle in a little carousel. See, I've already loaded Zelda Breath of the Wild there. And below that, you have a few buttons that will take you to different areas of the UI. So this first one we have is for news. So you can go in here to dig in a little bit deeper into some of the different things that are happening right now. So you can see there was a system update to download, and I've already done that, and it was extremely quick. So probably less than a minute to download and install that update. Let's go back home. Our next tab, we have the Nintendo eShop, so you can go in here, and this is the portion that the update was really centered around, so giving access to the eShop. Once you get in here, you can see all the different games and things that are available. Of course, there's not very many here at launch. Just a handful to choose from, as well as look at what's coming soon. So they've got a handful of games that are upcoming. Definitely looking forward to Mario Kart there when it comes out. You can also enter codes that you may have. Here in the center we have our album. So this is where all your screenshots live. So I took one of those earlier. Again, very, very easy using that button on the left Joy-Con controller to be able to activate that. Then if you tap here, you'll have access to all the different controllers that are connected. So you can make some changes to the layout as well as pairing new controllers to the Switch. And here we have our system settings. All of our different settings live here. Screen brightness, screen lock, how long it takes for it to time out, parental controls, different things like that. As well as the users. You can load your amiibos here. Have themes, notifications, how sleep mode works, a lot of other different things, TV settings, system, etc. And then this button will put it into sleep mode. You can also do that just by hitting the power button on the top of the device. That will also instantly put it to sleep. So let's take a quick look at Zelda Breath of the Wild, just so I can show you what it looks like on the screen. I literally just downloaded the game and went through the opening credits, and this won't be any kind of extended gameplay or anything, but it'll give you an idea of what it looks like to play on this. And I gotta say, the screen is pretty fantastic. So 720p may not sound like the latest and greatest, especially when it's coming to mobile smartphones and that type of thing, but it looks great in this format, and I definitely don't have any complaints there. And one thing I'll mention too is that when you plug this into your TV, it's going to output at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So it's at 720p resolution for this display. But once you broadcast that to your television, then as long as you can support the frame rate, then you'll get 1080p, so it'll look even better. It's definitely a beautiful looking game to start off with. I know that this is probably the reason why a lot of folks will pick up this console initially. If you've read any reviews, then you know that this game has certainly gotten off to a good start with folks, and seems like it's going to be a great addition to the Switch console and a great start for Nintendo. So definitely looking forward to playing this through. So one last thing that I'll do is I'm going to again pause the video, and I'm going to get this hooked up to the dock, and I'll show you what it looks like on the big screen as well as what it looks like to be docked. And I'll show you the grip that's used with Joy-Con controllers, which is ideal for when you have this docked and you're using it on your TV. So hang on and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got the Nintendo Switch hooked up to my TV. Very easy process. Simply plug in the HDMI cable as well as the power adapter into the dock and slide the tablet right in. So very, very simple to hook up, and TV recognizes it immediately. Before I show you what it looks like on the big screen, I did want to show you how the Joy-Con controllers work with the Joy-Con grip. So each one of these controllers, you can see here, has a place here on the side that slides into the grip, and this is it. So as I was showing you earlier, it's fairly well constructed, although it is very, very light, and it's going to give it a much more traditional layout that'll be perfect for playing the Switch from your couch or wherever you happen to be sitting to play the game. So we'll just slide these right in, and they click into place. Now, whether you're using this or you're using the Switch as the base for the grips, there is a button on the back side of each controller, and all you have to do is to press this little button here and slide the Joy-Con itself right out. And there's a nice click that happens when you get it seated properly, just like that. So once it's in here, you have that more traditional layout. Definitely feels, very similar to an Xbox controller or something like that. and it's going to make it a whole lot easier to play with. And then there's some games too where you're going to want to keep these separate. If you picked up the 1-2 switch game, for example, there's a lot of different mini games in that might require you to do some different things. And these also have haptic feedback, so that's pretty cool. So got to experience that when going through the different menus and things, and alert you, very similar to the way that your smartphone does when you're navigating around the interface with iOS or Android or what have you. So let me pause the video and get the camera angle fixed, and I'll show you what it looks like on the TV. Alright, so here we are. So we've got the Switch pulled up on the TV, and the interface is exactly the same. So the same experience that you would have had with the Joy-Con controllers docked to the tablet itself, you've got here. Everything's exactly the same. Looks great. My first impressions of the clarity of the screen does look really, really good, and certainly getting that 1080p resolution, and it feels like it's going to be a very smooth playing experience. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the Nintendo Switch. I'm looking forward to taking a deeper dive into this device and just seeing what all it has to offer, as well as the different games and things that'll be coming out in the near future for this. I think it certainly has a lot of potential, and I'm excited so far. Please comment down below if there's anything that you'd like to know that I didn't cover today, as well as what you'd like me to take a look at next. Appreciate you watching this video today, and we'll see you in the next one.